Hey everybody, spread your thanks for Carnivore. Here to talk about something not related to carnivore. And some of you might get really triggered over what I'm about to say. Some of you are going to unfollow me. It's okay. It's one of the great things about living in a free country is having the right to choose who you listen to and who you don't want to listen to. But see, you should be making that choice, not social media conglomerates. I abhor police brutality. I think that anytime there is an incident where police engage in brutality, that they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law every time, regardless of their skin color and regardless of the skin color of the victims. Now, I have never experienced personally racism. I have experienced driving while poor with long hair in an old car before. I used to get pulled over just for having long hair, driving an old car. It happened numerous times. No speeding, just, check me out, make sure I didn't have track marks on me. Yeah, fun times. And I have black family members, and I recall what it was like for one of my black family members growing up, how discriminatory practices in public schools were consciously and unconsciously employed upon students of color. And this was in first, second, and third grade classes that this was happening. And fortunately, my mother, a school teacher, retired school teacher, was able to talk to my family member, who was quite young. Again, this is first, second, third grade type kind of stuff when it's taking place. And my mom was able to intercede into the situation appropriately and get this family member put in classes to where that was no longer going to be an issue. I find the whole notion of racism to be vile and disgusting, and I think it's just as disgusting to see it used as a political tool as it is to see it employed against human beings in real life. And the words racism and racist have been so overused that for many, they no longer have any value whatsoever. And that's the problem. After you cry wolf so many times, people stop paying attention to you. After you cry racism so many times, people stop paying attention to you, especially when they're false cries. False cries of racism do more harm to people of color than we'll ever be able to document, because we'd never get anything else done. I think the abuse of the media of the term racism is just beyond revolting. If you want to protest, there are legal means for you to do so, and I applaud peaceful protests. I applaud spirited protest. But absolutely under no circumstances do I applaud violence. Rioting is always unacceptable. It does not change my mind. It does not move the needle. What it does is make me think the rioters are not for America. They're not for freedom for anybody. They're here to destroy, to transform something they hate into their twisted vision. That is unacceptable. 24/7, 365, as far as I'm concerned. If you want to protest, do so. Follow the law, protest peacefully, and good luck trying to move the public through your public's trained way of thinking through your protest. I applaud that. But you rioters, I got no use for you. I think the domestic terrorists who are participating in this nonsense should receive long-term incarceration in accordance with the laws of where their crimes were committed. And I think the people who are providing pallets of bricks in places where there's no construction going on should also pay a severe price. I think those who are paying the money to bankroll the riots should probably investigated under the RICO statute and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Notice at no time have I said anything about political parties. This is not about ideology. This is about right and wrong. If you want to destroy America, I am against you, 100%. If you want to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, I'm on your side. If you want to support the Constitution and defend the rights of every human being, including those in the womb of mothers as we speak, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, we're on the same team. We are on the same team. Absolutely. My friends, we have the most fantastic nation on planet Earth, the most prosperous nation on planet Earth. The poor, what we call the poor in our country, are some of the richest human beings to have ever walked in the planet in the history of our civilization, by comparison. But we can lose our freedoms, as we've learned through this COVID thing. And isn't it interesting, suddenly social distancing is not really as important as it used to be, because, hey, how do you riot? How can you protest and social distance? It's not feasible. See, the whole thing was nonsense. My friends, we live in interesting times. Use your brain, your common sense. Do the things you need to do to take care of you and your family. Don't piss away your freedom. Don't give in to fear. Have a blessed day, everybody. We'll see you soon.